What's up, Cardinal Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com from Cocca's Pizza in Canfield. Another edition of Coach's Corner, sponsored by Cocca's Pizza. Thanks to Steve Cocca and their staff for all the hospitality all season long. I'm proud to be back with Coach Pav on a Coach's Corner. Coach, thanks for joining us again.
Great to be with you, Steve.
Absolutely. It's good to see you. Richie had some things to do, so I'll step in tonight. A great win against Youngstani. And I said this, Coach, in our Audible show with Mike Pavlansky. East has been through so much.
Yeah.
It was good to see them on a football field. It really was. Yeah. Talk about that a little bit.
No, again, I talked to Mark Asen, their head football coach, and just said, hey, it's great that you kids are going to be able to play, and any way we can help out, we want to do that. But, for our guys on our side, we showed up and we played to our standard and our level in the first quarter especially, and got out to a nice lead, and, we're able to play a lot of guys throughout the game.
Yeah, I was watching at the studio. That was the thing I was impressed about. Coming off a big win, I know you probably talked with Richie last week about, you can't let down against athletes like that because they can come up and bite you. I thought you guys did a lot of things well. I really did. And the thing that jumps out to me again is a defense that I feel gets better and better every week. Your thoughts on that?
No doubt. The defensive guys have done a great job bringing these kids along and not putting too much on their plate every week. And every week we're adding certain things to our package. And our seniors, Toby Smith, Michael Crawford, that make all the calls there, and Drew Carosi and Brock Lowry in the secondary making their calls. We're playing real well right now, and knock on wood, hopefully it continues Friday night.
Well, knock on wood for sure. Week 9.
Yeah, how about where to go?
I just felt like we sat here for week 1 against your brother, and here we are in week 9. Yeah. You go into that game, and I know you get to play a lot of younger kids in a game like East. That's important for your program. You talk about that, your middle school programs, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. But when you can get young guys varsity football experience, I don't care who it's against, you're getting out in a varsity game. Has that been huge for you in this year?
No doubt. With any time our young guys been on the field on a Friday night, that's special for them. They certainly deserve to be on the field for how hard they practice and prepare our varsity guys. And, when we take a look at that tape, because it's not like we throw that tape away.
Right.
We don't stop watching the tape at halftime.
Right. It's good learning.
It's a great learning experience for our guys. And we talk to them about it and watch it. And, we want you to get better also.
I think that's huge that you say that. And I'll go back to Youngstani. I have to give them a lot of credit. They played a very good second half. Yes, your backups are in, yes, but they're still playing a lot of their guys that are varsity football players. I thought your young kids handled themselves well, but a shout out to Coach Asen and Youngstani. There's a team that could have got on the bus and said, you know what, we're done. I thought that they competed very hard and put on a good performance for what they've been through.
Right, absolutely. I think you're right, Steve. And, their kids, they fought to the end. We're able to get 2 scores on us, and, we got to correct that from our defense standpoint.
Yeah, I know that doesn't make you happy from a defensive standpoint. Those scores, Canfield Nation, we're not happy. So I'll stop with the credit in Youngstani. I know you'll get that corrected. But week 9, we're with Coach's Pav, Coach's Corner from Cocca's Pizza. Howland.
Dangerous.
Don't sleep on him.
No,
dangerous.
Absolutely not.
We just watched the game last weekend.
Yep.
Alabama against Texas A&M. You kind of don't let a big dog rise and awaken. That's how I perceive a Howland team. I've watched them a lot at the studio. Have played. We talked off air. They're 2-6, but those 6 losses, 4 of them they could possibly win.
Right.
How good can Howland be?
Howland can be as dangerous as anybody on our schedule. They've got 2 tremendous running backs, and Luca Masucci and Matt Woomer, and guys up front like a Grant Myers and Gabe Badia. They're as big as anybody we're going to play or have played so far, and they're dangerous. Like you said, for whatever reason, it just hasn't quite matched up for them. There are 4 losses. 4 of their 6 losses are to teams with winning records, and in each ball game, they had an opportunity to win the game. And for some reason, just couldn't do it. So, like we told our guys, if you just look at their record, we're going to get beat. We got to prepare and be able to stop the run the football like we always talk about, and go up there, a focused team like we were the last 2 weeks, and get off to a good start.
Well, we'll be there at YSN Live. We'll have the game for you Friday night on YSN, no doubt. It's a big football team. They're physical. They want to play physical football. You've played a lot of physical teams. When you're playing that physicality in the run game, the importance of it, does negative plays come into a big situation? Are you looking for negative plays, or are you just trying to be sound defensively and put them in longer situations?
One, be sound. Okay, because when you're sound,
Big
that
plays.
leads to big plays. That leads to negative plays. Obviously you want them in second and third and long because they're not real comfortable throwing the football. They'd rather run the ball. And like we've been watching tape with our kids all week long, it's 2nd and 15, they're running the ball. It's 3rd and 8, and they're running the ball for first downs. They've got the capability of getting 8 to 10 yards on any one of their running plays because of Woomer and Masucci and the guys up front. And, so on any down, we've got to stop the run, prepare to stop the run. And if they want to throw the football, then, obviously we've got to be able to cover some people.
Absolutely. And you have some people to cover some people. I always wanted to ask football coaches this. You have 5 guys on the line. You got 11 on 11. Negative plays. How do they happen? Is it effort? Is it execution? Is it technique? Or is it the way football's evolved to?
Yeah, I guess it just depends what play you're talking about, Steve. Sometimes it's scheme where you don't have enough guys to block somebody on the defensive side and they get you for a negative play. Sometimes a defensive guy just makes a great play.
Sure.
And then a lot of times it's the offensive guys not going to the right guy.
Right.
And that leaves somebody open. And, from our standpoint, any negative play, obviously, it's not good. From an offensive standpoint, it's great from a defensive standpoint. And, Wally Hurley and his staff, they come up with different tweaks every week to our blitz run game. And, again, credit to our kids. They're able to pick it up because no matter how much we know, if we can't get them to understand and be able to perform, you can't run it.
Yeah, Coach Hurley's one of my favorite guys. I loved watching him play at Austintown Fitch and does a great job for you. Is that fun for staff to prepare for? When you talk about all those things, run blitzes, you see that so much in high school football and college football now. If you can't block a run blitz, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. There's no doubt about that. And I think from a coaching standpoint, you get into coaching, the fun of it is preparing.
Sure.
And sitting down and trying to figure out exactly, what you're going to face offensively, defensively, special team wise, how you want to prepare your kids. And then the fun on a Friday night is the chess match between, the offense and the defense and see what they're trying to do, what their adjustments have been, and then what you can do. And then obviously, most importantly, is just to make sure your kids understand what you're trying to do so they can execute at a high level.
That still gets you going, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what keeps you in it.
Absolutely.
The Monday through Thursday keeps you in.
No doubt about it.
And I shouldn't say that. Saturday's obviously a day to come in and learn, but you still love Monday through Thursday.
Enjoy it. I enjoy the staff. I enjoy our kids. And, fortunate to be in the same place here for 21 years now as a head coach and wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Well, there's no doubt. In Canfield, you should be proud to have them. I'll go back to when we did the primetime show at Canfield. That was one of the favorite things we like to do, to go to schools and to go over to your place and interview a cross-country young man who's getting recruited by everybody. We've had baseball guys here. We've had the golf team. Canfield Athletics is not just a one sport program.
No, it's not.
And I see support. I'll watch some of the games on the sidelines. You see a lot of the guys that you coach with that coach in other sports. How special is athletics at Canfield?
I think it certainly enhances the educational opportunities our kids have. And our kids and parents expect quality programs in the athletic side. I think Mike Cocca and our AD, it starts with him. And getting people to be multiple sport athletes, hiring quality people to coach, whether they're teachers or just people on the outside, professional people coming in and coaching. And it starts with him and it filters down. And our coaches across the board are passionate about what they do. They enjoy working with kids. And, we're fortunate right now. We're in a public school. We're going through a pretty good run of athletes. So you're seeing the results of that.
I think one of the things that I picked up on most of being at that primetime show, watching your practice that day, was your assistant coaches and their interaction with all the players. It wasn't just interaction with the guys that are on the field. It was interaction on the sides. You hit a word that's huge for me: expectations.
Yeah.
Sometimes those are tough.
Yeah, no doubt. But we tell our kids, hey, set your own expectations.
Right. Don't be going to somebody else's expectations of who you are.
We've been part of a group where expectations were very low. And we told them, I said, listen, if you listen to those expectations, you're not going to be very good.
Right.
I'll give you a great example. 2018, we're coming off a regional final, lost to Kenston, lost a great senior class. We go to Hubbard for a scrimmage, first scrimmage of the year. We get beat 5 touchdowns to nothing. And we come back thinking, oh my goodness, how are we going to get better? This is it. And boy, we hit the rock bottom. And, we got our seniors together and said, okay, this is a starting point. if you listen to everybody on the outside, they're not expecting you to be very good. But if you just put your nose to the grindstone, that 2018 team also ended up in the regional finals.
Right.
And I think credit those guys. Put the expectations on yourself.
Right.
And what you want to do. And then, don't listen to anybody else.
Yeah, and that's not easy for a high school kid to do nowadays.
Yep.
And though with social media,
Yeah,
we didn't have those types of things when we were younger.
Right.
And you were out playing in the yard and got a whistle to come in. But,
right.
The Holland Tigers, I know what you're going to tell me, your keys to win. So if we can't stop the run,
I'm not going to win.
I love it.
I do. Win.
I love when he goes. And if we don't, well, here's my question. Yeah. Are we getting near that 4-yard gain on Rush?
Last 2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks, it's been above and beyond.
Above 5 the last 2 weeks, it made it pretty easy.
So the Canfield Cardinals can win a lot of games if we're 5 and above.
5 and above, I would take our chances.
And the run game when we're below
3.
3. Okay.
Below 3, we're good.
Sometimes those numbers are not as easy as people think.
Exactly.
And Canfield fans, you're going to see some big bodies Friday night.
Yes,
you're going to see 2 kids that run the ball very hard. But I'll put my money on Coach Pav and Coach Hurley and that defense to continue doing what you guys do. The biggest keys for you for this week 9 to get a win and propel yourself into that final week.
Get off to a great start. The longer it takes us to get going, it's more advantage to Howland. And respect the opponent, without a doubt. Don't look at the record, because if you look at the record, we're going to be in a world of trouble Friday night. Obviously, you got to run the ball, stop the run. Turnover margin is going to be huge. And if we can win the turnover battle like we have the last 4 weeks, that's a big part of the game.
Well, we'll have the game for you. Canfield Cardinals will travel to Holland to meet the Holland Tigers Friday night at 7 o'clock. Coach, before I go, we do the seniors every week. Connor Julian. What a fantastic young man with a bright future and whatever he's going to do. Talk about him.
Yeah, one of our best. There's no doubt about that. Connor's one of 15 seniors and has been with us since the 7th grade. And the last 3 years on the varsity level, he fulfills a tremendous role by being a special team guy. And when he's playing at a high level. This year, he's got a fumble recovery down at New Philadelphia. And last week on senior night, in the second quarter, he was able to pick off a pass and take it for a touchdown. It was a special moment for our guys on the sideline. If you just watch the play and see our sideline reaction, that defense scored but then B, who it was.
That's what coaches love to see from their team. I want to take you back to some of the things he said. I know you'll watch it, but he said that he saw the play in practice all week in his rep. So that's a credit to again, Coach Hurley and your defensive staff. I asked the young man to take me through it, and he did. Yeah. He goes, I've seen it in practice. I jumped the route, got underneath it. We had a good pass rush. And he said, honestly, I really don't remember the rest of it getting into the end zone. But what impresses me with your kids is that I talk special teams, and he said it's one of the 3 phases that we have to win each week. And your special teams that we've talked have gotten better and better each week. And I know you want to see that continue. And he's that guy that, for anybody playing sports, there's roles and levels for everybody. And Connor Julian fits that role. He wants to be a lawyer and go to law school. So, again, shout out to that senior group that you have that represent Canfield football and Canfield High School.
Tremendous group, without a doubt.
All right, Coach Pav, let's go get this. Will be win number 8.
8, yes.
All right, let's go get win number 8, and we'll talk about that other team that Cocca's Pizza has a little bit of sponsorship, but we'll let that one go for next week.
No doubt about it.
All right,
we're
Coach.
looking at week 10. We're in
Absolutely.
trouble.
There you go. Good luck.
Thanks, Steve.
All righty.